What? Hi everybody, welcome to Conway, Arkansas. We're at Superior Nissan, the presenting sponsor for this event of FLW Arkansas. I'm Carlton Wing.
I'm Jeff Peters, General Manager at Superior Nissan in Conway. Glad to be here and be a part of this. Can't wait to get out on the lake and get to meet some of you folks.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and Jeff, you've got the ultimate fishing vehicle right here.
That's right, sure do. This is we're standing right here with the all-new 2016 Nissan Titan Xd. First time ever, we've got a 5-liter Cummins and a half-ton truck here at Nissan. Pretty exciting stuff.
A lot of innovations on this truck that you can't find anywhere else.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, the first thing about it is it's a half-ton truck with a full-size 5-liter diesel in it, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
We'll hear more about that a little bit later on in the show, but for now, let's get started. All the action is on the water. It's the third stop of FLW Arkansas. We're heading down to Degray Lake. It's a beautiful morning on Degray Lake. Nearly 100 boats are idling in the Iron Mountain Marina well before sunrise. It's the second event of the BFL Arky Division season. Degray is fishing a little stingy right now, and the anglers know that low wind plus a high blue cloudless sky could keep things tough for this one-day tournament. Okay guys, it's kind of pre-launch. This is the exciting time here. You're thinking maybe what you've been working on or practicing is going to pay off. What's it like right before the tournament starts?
Well, all I've caught so far has been small ones, so I don't know. We're going fishing today.
And then you've got the situation where you don't determine exactly where you fish. You've got to be able to adjust even on the fly depending on what moves the boater makes. What's that like as a co-angler?
Well, you know, it's challenging at sometimes, but it's very rewarding. You know, it's stress-free for me. I'm a Little Rock police officer, and it's a stress release for me. So I'm regardless of what we do, I'm gonna have a good time.
It's fishing today, and that's always good.
Right.
They always say the first casualty of war is the plan. So you always have to adapt and overcome, and as an RB bass angler, you know how to do that.
You know, adapting and overcome, we have very good at that. You know, we may be fishing out in deep water, spooning by the time the day's up instead of shallow water jigging. We're gonna go to the fish are and try to do what they tell us to do.
Regardless of how tough the conditions are, someone always catches them, and there will be a winner at the end of the day. But first, there are logistics to handle. One by one, every boat idles past check-in. You pick up your numbered float, successfully demonstrate your kill switch and an empty live well, and then you're ready for the moments right before launch. What's it like right before launch? So what are the thoughts going through your head?
It's a little bit of nerves, a little bit of just kind of settling down and getting in the groove. I don't know really what to expect. I haven't been here in about a year, but I know it fairly well. The water's in the bushes, so we're gonna stay shallow pretty much all day and hopefully run on to some. By the end of the day, I figure they'll bite better as the day goes on.
Barnes is coming off a top 10 at the FLW Costa Series event on Lake Dardanelle. He is riding into Degray on a hot streak. Just before launch, the anglers pause for prayer and the national anthem. At that point, tournament director Mark McWaugh calls out each boat in order, and then it's time to go fish. One by one, the boats spread out across the lake, each hoping the next time they see their tournament director, they've got big fish for the weigh-in stage. We're on the west end of the lake, kind of between Amity Landing and Cedar Point. And behind me is Eddy Gunner out of Hot Springs. Now, Eddy finished in the mid-60s in the first tournament of the season, this being the second. I'd like to move up on into the standings a little bit. So far, no keepers in the boat. Got a couple of small fish, trying to catch that quick limit and then go out and swing for the fences. Now, Eddy is also involved in an organization called the Army Bass Anglers, which reaches all of the branches of the military. Very service-oriented and works with a lot of the military nonprofits. Brings a lot of meaning for the guys that are involved in this organization.
I found several out here on these points, and I was hoping to come in here and maybe sneak up a limit in the first 2 hours or so and then go where we can look for bigger fish. The moral of that story is, so far I hadn't cut my limit.
Fishing in the back of the boat is co-angler Gary Day. Now, he's originally from upstate New York, but he lives now in Florida, and he's visiting a friend in Arkansas. Now, remember, the co-anglers don't fish against the guys in the front of the boat. They are fishing against the other co-anglers. When we caught up with Gary, he had 2 keepers in his live well. Up in the front of his boat, Eddy Gunner is still looking for fish number 1.
Yeah. No, I think this one's going to be a letdown.
Earlier in the show, we talked about the new Nissan Titan. I'm here with Steve Lehman, the sales manager at Superior Nissan. This really is a game changer for the Titan, isn't it?
It really is, it really is. This Cummins diesel in these trucks is not your everyday half-ton Cummins. I mean, it really packs the power. It has 550 foot-pounds of torque. You have Ison transmission backing it. I'm talking about this is a, you know, the cream of the crop on trucks. It's not your everyday half-ton. This is your middle. This is your missing link as far as a half-ton, 3/4 ton.
A lot of the people who have come in that know diesel engines, when they hear this and when they see what it does, they can't believe it.
Exactly. You're right. You're right. You wouldn't believe how many people come in here in their big 3/4 tons and drive this truck and think, you know what? I really don't need this big old truck.
Well, Steve, thanks for talking with us. This really is the ultimate angler's truck, isn't it?
It really is. It really is. You're gonna, if you tow any kind of a weight or a bigger boat, you're not even gonna know what's behind you.
Do yourselves a favor and check them out right here at Superior Nissan. FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hearty, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Spring selling season has arrived at Superior Nissan in Conway. Get a jump start on your summer and take advantage of Superior savings now. Drive away in the 2016 Rogue for as low as $20,990. Looking to combine sporty with roomy? Drive away in the award-winning 2016 Nissan Altima for as low as $18,990. Spring is upon us and the savings will never be better, so visit Superior Nissan in Conway today. Superior people, service, and prices. Not just better, superior.
Hey guys, it's my favorite time of year, because it's time for a bad boy.
Power, performance, cut. A better mower at a better price. And it's all Bad Boy. Industry-leading innovation with our patented Easy Ride system and swing-away design built right in. It's a better mower any way you cut it. 747 cc's, 60-inch cut, $49.99.
Classic American muscle and a blast to drive. That's Bad Boy, baby. Mow with an attitude.
Fishing in the back of the boat is co-angler Randy Benham out of Scott. Every hook set is exciting, but if they don't meet the minimum length requirement, they have to go back, grow up, and maybe they'll become tomorrow's keeper. One of the issues all the anglers face is where to fish. It is a big lake, but prime spots can get crowded.
I really want to get on those points over there, but I'd rather be there than here.
Let's check in on Cody Burke out of Bryant. Cody is attacking a shoreline, throwing a swim jig, and caught some success early. In fact, barely a minute into his first area, he's got keeper number 1. We'll check in on him a little later on in the show. I'm here with Service Manager Steve Dunn here at Superior Nissan. And Steve, you know, a lot of our anglers, when they are hitting the water, they're so excited to get out on the water that they just want to come home from work, hook up the trailer and boat and head to the lake. But there's a couple of tips that they probably ought to keep in mind that'll kind of help them down the road in case something were to go wrong.
Sure. Yeah, I would say one of the number one things to check is your tire pressure on your truck and your trailer. On this Titan here, it will allow you to, it'll honk the horn at you whenever you reach the correct tire pressure, whenever you're adjusting your tire pressure, and it will also, you can check the trailer lights by yourself.
That is an amazing feature that's only on the Titan. Show us how that works. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. You'll lock the doors 3 times, then you'll hold it down on the last time. You'll go through, get your left brake light, your left blinker, your right blinker.
And this works with your trailer as well. And
Absolutely.
if you get your boat on there, all
your
of this
brake
goes.
lights.
That's cool. So you no longer do you need 2 people to check out your trailer lights. You can do it by yourself. For those of you wondering about the guy who sang those great songs of the 70s, Fly Like an Eagle or Take the Money and Run, we bring you Steve Miller. So does anybody ask you about your great rock and roll career of the 1970s?
Yeah, I just do this in my pastime.
Actually, this Steve Miller is better with a fishing rod than a guitar. His first spot produced no fish, but his backup plan is starting to pay off. We're in the Brushy Creek area, and as we approached, he had 3 keepers in the boat, and in no time at all, he'd hooked into number 4.
Yep, we'll probably be here the rest of the day.
Co-angler Keith Lemaster from Piercy also found the new area to his liking. While this fish would fall a little short of the legal limit, Lemaster would land 3 keepers for the day, and those efforts would pay off. The 3 fish total of 4 pounds is good enough for 17th place, which earned a paycheck on this tough day of fishing. Though we have shown you some fish being caught, this is not the norm on a very tough day. Out of nearly 200 anglers, only 35 will catch at least 5 keepers. In fact, 50 anglers won't even catch a keeper at all. And one of the reasons we produce this program is for you to learn from the best fishermen in the state how to catch more fish. So let's take you now boat to boat from some of the top guns on the water and hear their thoughts as they try and figure out the fish on this frustratingly difficult tournament day.
It's just tough. I mean, I don't really know how to explain it. The fish have done spawned. I imagine they finished up, most of them finished up a week or so ago, and they're in that funky transition where they're moving from the, the bank to out deeper, but the thing is you can't get any of them to bite that's out there already. The only ones you can get bite are the ones that are still up here left shallow.
So most of these fish are all post-spawned. Yesterday we could see fry. There'd be fry when it started getting, the water started warming up. You could get up there, you throw his bait up there against that buckbrush, you'd see the little flicker. So we went and looked, and they're little bitty fry, probably 1/4 inch long, just a whole bunch of them. Probably the ones that we're catching are the, the fry garters. Is what I'm figuring that's what these are.
And we're in a full moon phase right now. Crawdads should be hatching. There should be some fish feeding, but I think they fed last night on the full moon.
I think that's one of the misconceptions about swim baits. You gotta have clouds and stuff. I think you have to have sun.
We get the sun high, we get where it throws a shade on it. You get the fry that'll get up in there, then the bass will be right there with them.
But I'm gonna keep moving around. I'm really doing a lot of moving around right now, because I know somewhere it's going on. They're still doing this pretty good, but I just got to find what area of the lake it's happening in.
I know there's got to be some bait fish around because that loon up there is staying right here. She's been here the whole time out here. She got to eat something.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hardy, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
there are easier ways to become a better angler. Join FLW today and take your fishing to the next level. Get the magazine, get on the water. Visit flwfishing.com/membership to find out more.
I'm here with Joey Franklin, the parts manager here at Superior Nissan in Conway. And Joey, there are a lot of things about this Nissan Titan that are neat, but there's one feature here that not only is very customizable, it's going to save you a lot of money as well, and that's this gooseneck feature. Tell us a little bit about that.
The gooseneck feature is special to the Titan. We've never had anything like this before on any Nissan or import pickup trucks. We've got removable caps in the bed that don't take up any room. You can load up your stuff like normal when you don't need it. But when you do need the gooseneck hitch, you just remove these caps. And hand me the little special bag there.
For anybody who's ever had to get a gooseneck add-on to their truck, they have had to deal with a massive amount of expense. And then when you're done, you've got a permanent looking part of your bed that's there forever. This right here, you've got this, comes in, locks in place.
This one's really simple here too. You just got a little knob on the top and that's locked in. Unlock it and you're good to go.
Look at that, folks. Instead of this massive plate that encumbers you for the life of the truck, you've got these three little features right here that are removable. It makes it a normal truck when you don't need it, but a wonderful gooseneck feature when you do. In the last segment, we demonstrated the thought processes of several of the top anglers on the lake. Now let's take you to one angler who is figuring them out and show you how. Cody Burke. He tosses his Zoom horny toad but sees something he likes, a topwater bite, and out comes the Zara spook. Seconds later, keeper number 2 is in the boat. Same area, not even 5 minutes later, Burke has now switched to a large white fluke. Now watch the patience on the retrieve. Just a short twitch and wait and hook set. And this was keeper number 3 for Cody. Just a little later still, but in the same area, Burke switches to a jerkbait. Hookups can be a hazard with a jerkbait. Sometimes you have to be very dedicated. Now watch Cody swing and miss. Not once, but twice on back-to-back casts. Each missed hook set was about a minute apart, but finally the persistence pays off. And Burke is now 1 fish away from filling up his live well. And Cody would get that 5th fish a little later, working the same area, but this time throwing deep into the grass. Now remember, the anglers were expecting as the sun got higher in the sky, bass would be easier to target. Cody used his swim jig to lure a big keeper away from his hiding spot, and that gave him 5 fish and ultimately would secure a slot in the top 10. That's versatility. Sometimes you have to throw the whole tackle box at them. For any of you who are under the illusion that fishing is not athletic, I introduce to you Cody Kemp out of Bismarck. Cody redefines the term power fishing. This is very aggressive, it is very active, and he is catching only the active fish. And also, he is one of the few anglers who are catching fish today. He's got a limit in his boat. He's already culled 2 or 3 times, and he is working this bank right here. He passes through very quickly. Let's talk and find out about what is his style and how he's able to catch all these fish.
There's really no other way I think I could have had a limit if I wasn't fishing fast. So I've had to fish fast to be able to catch these fish. This is the funnest way to fish known to man. You get to watch every one of them just come up and inhale it. It's so great.
Cody covers a lot of water with this style of fishing, and today it is paying off. He is one of the few anglers with a 5-fish limit, and he's even enjoyed the luxury of culling. Another happy angler is Evan Barnes. His morning pattern produced a few fish, but his instinct told him to be ready for an active afternoon. He hasn't fished Degray in nearly a year.
It's just the point of getting it in front of one of them, really. If you get it in front of one of them, he'll eat it. There's 5. I told you. Get it in front of one of them, he'll eat it.
On any lake in the country, when things get tough, this is my favorite thing to go to. And people need to realize that when they're out on any lake in the country, if it gets tough, get you a little shaky head worm on, put it on, get you a little spinning rod and one of these little worms, and it's pretty easy to use. I mean, you just kind of throw it out there, you let it hit the bottom, and you take your tip of your rod and you let the tip of your rod do the work. You just barely tick it. You just barely tick that rod. It's just barely moving. And you bring it in, just keep working it back in. And I guess the reason it works is because it's a smaller bait and it stays in front of them so long they can't resist it and they just want to eat it. I'm going to send you some pictures of the ones we caught on a shaky head worm, and you'll see that it works on big fish too.
FLW Arkansas is brought to you by Superior Auto Group. Not just better, superior. And by Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude. And by Certified Arkansas Bait Fish. Healthy, hardy, and safe. Log on to safebait.org. And by Intova Cameras.
Hey guys, it's my favorite time of year, because it's time for a bad boy.
Power, performance, cut. A better mower at a better price. And it's all Bad Boy. Industry-leading innovation with our patented Easy Ride system and swing-away design built right in. It's a better mower any way you cut it. 747 cc's, 60-inch cut, $49.99.
Classic American muscle and a blast to drive. That's bad boy, baby. Mow with an attitude.
Spring selling season has arrived at Superior Nissan in Conway. Get a jump start on your summer and take advantage of Superior savings now. Drive away in the 2016 Rogue for as low as $20,990. Looking to combine sporty with roomy? Drive away in the award-winning 2016 Nissan Altima for as low as $18,990. Spring is upon us and the savings will never be better, so visit Superior Nissan in Conway today. Superior people, service, and prices. Not just better, superior.
So this morning, everybody had a boat number 1 through 92, and now they check in. Now they do it in a staggered formation. So at 2:30, the first third of the boats will check in. They pull into the marina. You can see the flag boat out there. They have to drop off that little marker that has the number so that they have officially checked in, and then they come in and they'll work their way over to the weigh-in stage. A lot of guys have had a tough day on the water. It looks like you've got a good little sack of fish right here.
We've got a limit. It's a lot tougher today than it's been the last 2 days. Probably just all the pressure on the fish, and then the little bit of wind that we got today didn't help much.
Tell me a little bit about what it's like to be the non-boater in the back of the boat. You got to adjust not only to the conditions, but to what the guy in the front of the boat's fishing like.
Yeah, I adjusted pretty fast. He was kind of fishing like me up on the bank. I'm not a deep water fisherman. He was up on the bank, so I figured what he was doing or what I'm doing, we could catch something. He was slow fisherman. I said, I'm in business now.
Anglers approach the stage with their bags of fish. They get their report card from tournament director Mark McWaw, and then they release the fish back to their watery home. But as a way of saying thank you to the stars of the show, FLW makes sure the fish have a good time in their last interaction with the humans. Even bass can enjoy a good water slide. How long have you fished the BFLs?
Oh God, since the 90s, on and off since the 90s. Yeah. I did the EverStart series when it was EverStart, and then it went, so yeah, I've been with this organization for quite a while.
Good deal. What do you like about it?
Well, it's well organized for one thing, and then the payouts too.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice to get paid to catch fish.
Everybody likes to get paid, right?
That's right. All right, I've got Chase Teasley here with me. Now, Chase, this was your first ever FLW event.
Yes, sir.
What was it like?
It was exciting. I've never been in this big of a tournament before. It's a good
It's a good deal. I like this, and I think I'll stick with it.
All right, we're here with Jeff Peters, the general manager of Superior Nissan in Conway. And Jeff, we've got a game changer new truck right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. The all-new 2016 Nissan Titan Xd. For the first time ever, we've got a 5-liter Cummins diesel on board. I think that's going to make a lot of folks excited.
Oh, yeah.
Considered a half-ton truck, but really it's a heavy half-ton. It's about the size of your normal 3/4 ton. Most of you guys are going to recognize that right off the bat. It's a little bit lighter, but you're still going to get some really good increased towing, great fuel efficiency, and I think a lot of people are going to love the truck.
You don't have to have all of the heft of the 3/4 ton, but you get a lot of the benefits of having that extra towing power.
Absolutely, absolutely. For you guys out there, they're looking for something to haul your camper, boat, something like that in that 8, 10, 11,000 pound towing range. This is going to give you all of that, but you're going to have all the benefits of a half-ton truck. Nice, smooth ride, lower price tag.
Look good. Well, everybody needs to come and take a look at this new Nissan Titan when you get a chance. Superior Nissan in Conway, that's the place to be. Anglers crossed the stage one by one, as they always do, and then we noticed an old friend take the stage.
13 pounds and 4 ounces.
Kendy's lead would hold, and the same angler we watched finish 9th at the season opener on Lake Washita wins this tournament by half a pound. So what's it feel like to have that hardware? You've done this before, but it's always nice.
Well, I mean, they're all awesome. I love winning. That's why we do it. We work hard, and it feels good when it finally pays off.
When you think about Angler of the Year, you've got a nice start here with a 9th place and a 1st place.
Yeah, I've fished a lot of circuits, and this is one of the hardest ones to get Angler of the Year in. So I've been lucky enough one other time I got Angler of the Year, and I won it again.
Remember Gary Day, the co-angler fishing with Eddy Gunner? Well, he had a couple of small fish at the time we saw him early in the morning. Gunter put him on some more keepers by day's end, and the New Yorker turned Floridian enjoyed a wonderful day as a temporary Arkansan. Here's a look at the final leaderboards. Kendy won over $5,500. Cody Glaze of Bald Knob added another $460 for winning Big Bass with a 4-pounder. Cody Burke used his versatility to end up in 6th place. And Lake Washita winner Quincy Houchin finished in 8th place. And that Angler of the Year race should be fun to follow all season long. On the co-angler side, the visitor takes the title. Gary Day was one of only 2 co-anglers with a 5-fish limit. Little Rock's Stephen Sherrill was the other. In all, this event paid money down to 18th place. Even on a tough day, it's still fishing, and that's a good day. The crew of FLW Arkansas stayed at the beautiful Iron Mountain Resort, and we encourage you to do the same. The accommodations are spectacular and right where you want to be on beautiful Degray Lake. Thank you for watching, everybody. Our next episode of FLW Arkansas takes us back to Lake Washita and the 3rd stop in the BFL Arky Division.
Next up, on the co-angler side from up in BB, Arkansas. Man, you hear that out there? Who was that? Where are they at out there? Way out there? They tailgating.
My wife, my girlfriend.
Your wife and your girlfriend?
My buddy's wife. That's my girlfriend.
I mean, let's get the microphone out of his face before anything else is said.